Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. We were going through all these days the Shakti concept and how the one power, the cosmic energy, manifests as the universe, the Prakriti becoming the universe and all beings, and how we transcend the nature and enter the Absolute. Now continuing, after attaining God, one forgets his external splendor, the glories of his creation. One does not think of God's glories after one has seen him. The devotee once immersed in God's bliss does not calculate anymore about outer things. When I see Narendra, I don't need to ask him, what's your name? Where do you live? Where is the time for such questions? Once man asked Hanuman which day of the fortnight it was. Brother, said Hanuman, I don't know anything about the day or of the week or fortnight or the position of stars. I think of Rama alone. Sri Ramakrishna is explaining the state of a realized soul. After realization, whether it is in Savikalpa Samadhi or the personal God or in the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the impersonal absolute, in whatever way the Jiva experiences God, he transcends the nature forever. When he comes from the Samadhi Sthiti down to the normal consciousness, it is called Vyutthana. In Vyutthana state, when he comes down, he sees everything is made up of consciousness, Chaitanya. Everything is Chinmaya. Everything he sees, one God has become many things, like one mind becoming the dream world. In dream world, whatever we see, whether it is people, persons, pain, suffering, joys, enjoyments, the whole world, sky, everything is made up of mind. One mind has become the whole dream world. In dream, whatever we see is mind. And when dream breaks, you will see except mind, nothing is there. All objects have merged back into mind. Mind projected, mind withdrew. We were in dream, the dream ended. Like this, the whole God has become this whole universe and all beings in it. And when you wake up from this dream of the world, you will realize that, oh, this world was not what I was seeing. It is all made up of God. God has presented himself as every object and every life on this earth. So, when he is immersed in the greatest bliss, and God is the bliss absolute, love absolute, peace absolute, and when he is immersed in bliss, who will think of the glories of God this world is? There won't be any chance to think before that God is this, God is that, God is something big, and all will be there. Once you realize God, there won't be any value for the things which were giving earlier. It is, I myself everywhere. I am one with God. I am in the ocean of bliss. I am floating in the ocean of bliss. What to think of the glory that I was seeing as ordinary human, the greatness of God. So many praises, He is merciful, He is this, He is that. We were thinking all His glories. Now all looks, once you realize Him, all His glories will disappear. He is there in your presence. He gives the example, He is Narendra, we speak till Narendra comes, all will be speaking about Narendra, this, that. When he comes, there is no more talk. Suppose I am explaining about a person whom nobody has seen but I have seen. I will be explaining about that person. While explaining, he is like this, he is like that, this much height, this much fat, and everything I am explaining, he is good, he is kind, and all his. When the person comes, there is no more need to tell anything. The whole thing is presented, all doubts get cleared. There are no chances of doubt, there is no chances of question, everything gets solved. I have seen the reality. So when after attaining God, the attention doesn't go towards the glory of God, because He has become everything and remains beyond all His glory. His glory was small, petty things we were seeing. Because we are humans, from human background we try to understand God. When we transcend the nature and go beyond to reach God, then it is entirely different. October 16th, 1882. It was Monday, a few days before Durga Puja, the festival of the Divine Mother. Sri Ramakrishna was in a very happy state of mind, for Narendra was with him. Narendra had brought 2 or 3 young members of Brahmo Samaj to the temple garden. Besides these, Rakhal, Ramlal, Hazra and M were with the master. Thakur, Sri Ramakrishna had great affection for Narendra. He loved him so much, unimaginable dimensions. No one can love anyone to that extent. And what for? Just because he is going to give the message of Sri Ramakrishna to this world. He is going to unite the world. He is going to place God in every heart. Narendra is good. His love, Sri Ramakrishna's love for humanity was concentrated on Naren, because Naren is going to accomplish all this. To go out, to give the message, to spread the message, to awaken them to the universal awareness of pure spirituality, from where all religions come up and to which all religions converge to. The culmination of every religion is spirituality. The source of every religion is spirituality. Every religion is a ladder from different places to the peak, the spirituality. So the Christians are climbing from one side by one ladder, the Hindus are climbing from other ladder, Sikh community is climbing from another, Islam is climbing from another direction with another ladder. All ladders are put to the peak, which is the pure consciousness, Shuddha Chaitanya, which is from where the whole universe appears, into which the whole universe merges. Time and again, the cyclic order goes on and on endlessly. So that is the source. Sri Ramakrishna is loving Naren not for Naren's sake, but his love for humanity is being concentrated on Naren. Narendra had his midday meal with Sri Ramakrishna. Afterwards, a temporary bed was made on the floor of the master's room so that the disciples might rest a while. A mat was spread over which was placed a quilt covered with a white sheet. A few cushions and pillows completed the simple bed. Like a child, the master sat near Narendranath on the bed. He talked with the devotees in great delight. With a radiant smile lighting his face and his eyes fixed on Narendra, he was giving them various spiritual teachings, interspersing these with incident from his own life. See, the responsibility of a guru to make the disciple reach the ultimate. And the disciples are lying down, Guru is sitting amidst them, and he is giving instruction, spiritual instruction. The disciples, usually whoever used to come to Dakshineshwar in those days, would spend their most part of the night in sadhana. They will go to Panchavati here, there, sit in meditation during midnight hours, and daytime, afternoon, they, after food, 1 hour sleep in the afternoon will replace 3-4 hours of sleep at night. So night they used to keep vigil, and during daytime they will have little rest which to compensate that. And by lying down, that their time may not be wasted. They have to reach, and Thakur's time is very short. Ramakrishna's time in the world is very short. After Narendra came, Narendranath Vivekananda came to Sri Ramakrishna, then it was only 4 years, 9 months they lived together. Master passed away. Within that 4 years, 9 months, he has to reach the ultimate. And all aspects of God in the human system can be realized in 5 ways. One, as a transcendental reality, beyond everything, from where the universes appear, in which the universes appear and dissolve. The whole universe is a relative existence, that is absolute existence. It is constantly changing. That is unchanging eternal existence. This is the difference we see. And millions of universes appear and disappear like stars in the sky, in the ocean of Satchidananda, in the ocean of the absolute existence, the impersonal God whom we call, in that the universes appear. The same consciousness, Chaitanya, same reality is here as the universe. The same reality, that is absolute existence, this is relative existence. You can realize God as the absolute, as the immanent. God is immanent in this universe. God has become the universe. So this God is immanent here and pervading the universe. The power is governing the whole universe to go on in an absolute perfect way. Everything is moving with absolute perfection. Look at the planets or stars. Look at the atomic configuration of an atom. With what perfection it is moving. Sunrise, sunset. You put a seed, how it germinates, you see. How tree becomes a seed, with what perfection. Absolute perfection. A mango tree will never give a plantain or banana. No. What a law, what a strict law, what a perfection. So this perfection, when it is there is a conscious entity pervading it and governing. So this power which is maintaining this law and order in the universe, we call Ishvara, the Lord of the universe. The Lord of the universe. You can realize God as the transcendental reality, as the immanent reality in the universe, as the Lord of the universe, and as the indweller in all beings, Antaryamin in all beings, and then as the Avatara, coming as incarnation of God. God incarnates. So incarnation. See, imagine what you are, who you are. Now I am Vinayakananda. Vinayakananda is the Chaitanya consciousness which is pervading this body and saying, I am Vinayakananda. I am not body, I am pervading it and saying, body is not Vinayakananda. Vinayakananda is the consciousness which is pervading and saying, I withdraw, when I sleep, the body falls off into sleep. I have no connection with this body anymore when I am in dream state or in deep sleep. In Jagrat Avastha, Jagrat, Swapna, Shushupti, once I move away from Jagrat, I am totally unrelated. I have an existence independent of this universe, independent of my body. Who am I there when I sleep? Temporary separation is sleep, permanent separation is death. The part which separates when I sleep, separates permanently, enters another body. The nature which is maintaining the body has already arranged for another body. So this I, which is there, projecting out to the bodily level, going back to the causal level, again and appearing. Same way the whole universe goes to causal form, again appears. Millions of years it takes, Srishti Sthiti Pralaya, goes on and on, the cycle of creation and destruction goes on. So God can be realized as that absolute reality, the transcendental reality, and God has become this universe immanent reality. God is pervading this universe and governing it as the Lord of the universe and as the indweller in all beings, Antaryamin and the Avatara. Now, this body, I am not this body, but I pervade this body and say, I am this. Like that, the consciousness which pervades the whole universe and says, I am this, is the Lord of the universe, Ishvara. Now, just like millions and millions of cells are there in this body, millions of cells. Each cell is an independent living being. I eat, the nutrition is taken by blood cells, and every cell is given that nutrition. I take breath, oxygen is taken to every cell. Every cell lives for some time. Red blood corpuscle will live for 120 days and it will die away. Before it dies, it gives birth to one or two another red cells and die away. Now, these dead cells go back for recycling and these new cells come up. They are going on and on. And every cell is living because I am living. I know every cell, but cell doesn't know me at all. No cell knows me. Suppose here I have a pain. Pain is experienced by the cells there. Cells are just unable to bear the pain. But I am able to experience that pain because I am pervading it. In sleep, I don't feel any pain at all. Cells are experiencing that pain, but I am not experiencing in sleep. When I wake up, I pervade this universe, this body. So when I pervade this body, again pain starts coming to me also. Actual pain is experienced by the cells. I am experienced because I pervade it. Similarly, we are all cells of the universe, God. There is matter, just like in body, water and other things are there which are matter. Matter is there, living. We are all cells of the Ishvara. We do not know Ishvara, but Ishvara knows every cell. And when there is a pain, we immediately go and start massaging it, putting oil, this, that and all. I attend to it because it's paining me. Similarly, pains and sufferings of us is experienced simultaneously by God also. We are experiencing together. And seeing when the mass, suppose one cell is happening something, I don't care. I will not go to do anything. But when cells are together and lot of cells are suffering, I go to a doctor or take medicine or do something. Like that, when many people are suffering, God incarnates. I am reaching that point. God is reaching us. Like we are reaching the pain, He reaches us. This is called avatara, incarnation. God incarnates in human form to lift us again back to the source. So we can realize God as the transcendental reality, as the immanent reality, as the Antaryamin, as the Ishvara, and as Avatara. In 5 ways we can realize God. In whatever way you realize, you transcend the nature and go beyond. You are free from nature. Nature cannot bind you. She cannot give you birth, death, pain, suffering, no more. It is your wish. If you want to take birth, you can take birth. If you don't want to take birth, you can merge in the absolute. It is left to you. You have total freedom from nature. This is called mukti, liberation, salvation. So all these people are there, and Durga Puja festival is approaching. Thakur is very happy and is in a good mood. A few days before Durga Puja it is. Narendra had his midday meal with Sri Ramakrishna. Afterwards, temporary bed was made, a mat was spread, a few cushions were placed. Like a child, the master sat near Narendranath on the bed. Like a child. See, one of the important things we have to cultivate in our life is to be free from ego. Extreme humility. If there is extreme humility and purity, everyone will accept you. Everyone will accept you. You have no restrictions. You have total freedom and oneness with everyone if you are humble. Humility and then purity. You must be pure to the core. Everyone will keep you close to them. Otherwise, there will be a distance, always. Narendra Thakur is sitting like a child by the side of Naren. Naren is sleeping, like a child he is going and sitting. What is the sign of child? It is guilelessness. No hesitation, no fear, no anxiety, no thought that what people will say. It will start dancing before all, that child. So there is nothing to bind, no hesitations. People also will not hesitate. Child will also not hesitate. So he is joyfully going and sitting by the side of Narendranath. He talked to the devotees with great delight. He is filled with joy because the group is absolutely pure, untouched by world and worldliness. All are in the same room. Ramakrishna's room in Dakshineshwar is almost 3/4 of this. And in that, 2 cots are there. The remaining place, there something is spread. On that they are sitting. All are radiating purity. He is radiating bliss, Sri Ramakrishna. When of these birds of the same feather, they fly together. So they belong to, Sri Ramakrishna used to say, devotees of God belong to a different class by themselves. There is no I and you there. We are all children of one God. With delight, with a radiant smile lighting his face and his eyes fixed on Narendra, he was giving them various spiritual teachings. Spiritual teachings. Spiritual teachings are entirely different. You see, be good, don't do mistakes, and all this is moral teaching. There is secular teaching in the school. There is moral teaching. There is the higher teaching of aesthetic science, beautifying things, sculpture, all this art teaching is there. But spiritual teaching is entirely different. Spiritual teaching, how to conquer yourself, how to go beyond, how to eliminate all the defects in you, and to how you will evolve to divinehood. In everyone, there will be 3 natures. One is animalhood, humanhood, and divinehood. We have to destroy the animalhood in us, transcend the humanhood, go beyond the humanhood, and manifest our inner divinity. This is the whole of the sadhana, to transcend the nature. I have some amount of animal, in everyone it will be there. In some people, animalhood is more, humanhood is less. In someone, humanhood may be more, animalhood may be very little, divinehood also may be there. But whole to become divine, eliminating totally the animalhood and keeping the humanhood just for the namesake, to be a human in this society and to be divine. If you talk, it must be divine. If you walk, it must be divine. Whatever you do, it must be divine. Divinity must be radiating from you. So to become this divine, you are totally free from nature. You are in the ocean of bliss. You are not limited by your body. You are not limited by your karma. So how to attain that state? How to attain that state is being taught in spiritual teaching. Sri Ramakrishna is giving you teaching. Go and sit. Turn yourself inside. Slowly dive within. How will you go? What will you do? What will be obstructing? How will you remove the obstructions? All these things you will be telling. This is spiritual teaching. Spiritual teachings, interspersing these with incidents from his own life. When I teach something, I give the experience from myself, my own life. What happened? We had one advanced Swamiji in those days, early days, in 1960s, 70s, in Bangalore Ashrama. And he used to tell us, what is your state now, what sadhana you are going, what next pitfall you will get, how to transcend and go. Each step he will be telling, what are the obstructions, what is the obstruction next, how will you transcend? How will you go? So he used to tell us how he happened to transcend. How in his own life, unless somebody gives us example from their own life, he has tread that path and gone. So he could give us what is needed for us. Each next step he will tell what are the obstructions. We will see tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.